What's up, YouTube? So before we get started with this video, on First Take, they're going to be talking about, can Kawhi Leonard prevent LeBron James from getting to the championship this year? So let's see what they have to say about that.
Will Kawhi keep LeBron from winning a title in LA?
And he is my boy.
I know, that's why I acknowledged it.
No, I'm just saying, you didn't have to say that. Everybody knows that. But what they will be interested in, and probably kind of surprised, is that Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell, and Doc Rivers, Damon Woody, will keep LeBron from winning in LA this year. I know that for a fact.
Whoa.
Well, you don't know that for a fact, but at this point, it does look like that Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and Clippers are probably going to overrun the Lakers this year. But you never know what could happen. Injuries could pop up. It's a long season, and there's a long way to go, so you don't really know what could happen. But at this point, it does look like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and Clippers are going to take over LA for this year. So let's continue.
They have the better team, okay? And going forward, defensively, I mean, you got the guys that they could throw at LeBron James. I'm still kind of skeptical. I think they're still one piece away, the Clippers, from being able to, throw a guy at Anthony Davis on a consistent basis. Tristan Thompson.
Or maybe Andre Iguodala.
But right now, they just have so much depth, and they can come at you in droves. Okay, Kawhi Leonard to start the game, Paul George to start the game. If those guys are not going, Doc Rivers has the luxury to go to the bench to a Lou Williams or Montrezl Harrell. Those guys can give you 20 points, 10, 15 rebounds. Lou Williams is doing his thing, sixth man of the year. And I just think that until the Lakers address their playmaking outside of LeBron James, that the Clippers will be able to win this matchup and win the Western Conference.
I am shook.
So I'm thinking they need to address LeBron James first because he had a terrible game, an absolutely terrible game. So let's look at his numbers. So LeBron James had 23 points. He went 9 for 24, 2 for 12 from the three-point, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists. He didn't get his first basket until 5:28 in the second quarter. It didn't break double digits until the second half. That's a problem. Now let's check out Kyle Kuzma. So Kyle Kuzma had 25 points. He went 8 for 17, 4 for 9 for the three-point, and he had 4 rebounds. He did all that in 27 minutes. Now that's a problem if a guy coming off the bench is your leading scorer for the Lakers. That's a problem when you have Anthony Davis, LeBron James, arguably 2 top 5 players in the league, and LeBron James calling himself the GOAT. That doesn't make sense. Anthony Davis didn't do too much better, but so he had 24 points. He went 8 for 17, 1 for 6 for the three-point, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. But like I said, there's no excuse to have a guy come off the bench and be a leading scorer for your team. And at one point, Kyle Kuzma, I think he had like 15 points inside 5 minutes. That's a problem. That's a problem if a guy coming off the bench and does all that. But let's continue.
Yes, I am completely shooketh. You're sort of like trying to put, the nail in the coffin on LeBron. I know we threw around the your boy, and I know you're trying to prove to people that he's not your boy, but this is...
No, I'm not doing that.
Okay, so you think this is factual. You know what's funny, though? I know that Kawhi took down the Warriors. There was an asterisk there a little bit because of health, right? I know that Kawhi and the Clippers took down the Lakers twice now. And I'm going to still put a little asterisk there. I'm not going to say that it will never happen to the Los Angeles Lakers winning a championship because of the Clippers, because I think what LeBron James is competing against, it's not Kawhi, a guy that will deny him 20 million times. LeBron is competing against time. The question has been durability. Now, we all know mentally his ambition has been there. He wants to play 82 games, right? But the reality is, and I know this is kind of annoying to throw out again, load management, it works. Load management is annoying, right? Load management means you don't get to see your star players at all times. But the reality is, LeBron, you should know this. It should be in your phone, Damon. His birthday is on Monday. He's turning 35. Kawhi Leonard is load managing, and he's only 28 years old. Now, load management, that's what enabled Kawhi to play at his top level when all the eyes were on him. And I think LeBron, we haven't really talked about the groin. If he was not playing at 100%, then that did not allow him to play his game and dominate. That's why we saw him take so many uncharacteristic settle for threes. So load management actually worked to the Clippers' favor, and I think the Lakers can apply a little bit of that strategy. And we're talking about, the Lakers and somehow. They need to find another playmaker. This was made abundantly clear during their loss to the Nuggets, where LeBron did not play. AD only had 32 points. I say only have because that's how good he is. Kyle Kuzma had 16 points. No one else was in double figures. LeBron is the heart and soul. He is their playmaker. Without LeBron, this will be a great opportunity for someone else to step up. And I know I already mentioned AD, but he can be that guy. Last year, I know it was in limited minutes, but he had career-high assists. His talent will draw multiple people. He will kick out and be able to find shooters. And I think other guys on the perimeter, like Rondo, everyone talks about fan favorite Caruso, make those necessary other plays on the perimeter to find those snipers like Kuzma. I'm not gonna say LeBron will never win a championship because of Kawhi. I don't know if you want to clarify that.
So the narrative of LeBron James, he's old, and then he's a superstar. It's getting old. You guys are gonna have to choose. So when the Lakers are beating the crap out of teams and have this huge winning streak, it's back to LeBron James. He's a superstar again. Nobody can stop him. But when they start losing, LeBron James is getting old. Yada yada. You guys got to stay consistent. And as far as Kawhi Leonard and load management, you can't say Kawhi Leonard had a good game because he was doing load management. That's why they beat the Lakers. Because what happened to the first game? Everybody was on an even slate in the first game. So you can't say LeBron James was tired or he was all beat up or he needs load management because it was the first game of the year. Everybody started off with a clean slate. So you can't say anything about load management. And as far as LeBron James talking about the load management, I think I kind of forgot what I was going to say here. Let's continue.
Say that. I didn't say that. I said this year. I didn't say for the rest.
Now I remember. So as far as they're talking about LeBron James and his injury, I know he pulled his groin, I guess apparently, in the first quarter. And you can't say that everything was going downhill for them at that point because he was hurt, because they were up by 12 at the half. And I do believe in the third quarter, they were up at 15 at one point in time. So you can't say he was hurt or he was injured or, it slowed down his game because they were up at the highest point at 15 points. So what happened to that? So I don't know. Let's continue.
To his LA tenure, I said this year, the Clippers have a better basketball team than the Los Angeles Lakers. And it's not like a big gap. It's a small gap. But the gap that I'm concerned about is Doc Rivers, Frank Vogel. Okay? And
of course you're going to bring your coaching lens. That makes sense.
Getting that team over the hump.
Listen, here's what I want to say, and I think I'm the only resident Lakers fan in this whole group right here.
No.
Yeah, I'm not.
You are.
You're a LeBron
He's
fan.
a
I'm
LeBron
a Lakers.
fan, yes.
I'm a Lakers fan. Okay.
I'm a LeBron partner, not a fan.
Okay. My bad.
Okay.
My bad.
Let's get that straight, America.
Okay. My bad. Boy, it pains me to say, but I think Kawhi is gonna be in the way of LeBron ever winning a championship in Los Angeles. And I think you go back to 2014 NBA Finals when LeBron was in Miami, had the big three. Boys balling. And here come the San Antonio Spurs. Okay, it wasn't about Tim Duncan. It wasn't about Manu Ginobili. It was Kawhi Leonard that was a kryptonite to LeBron James and made him the Finals MVP. Fast forward to this year. First two contests this year, opening night, Christmas Day. And who was the clear-cut alpha best player on the floor? Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is a dog. Kawhi Leonard, it doesn't matter the environment. He's not one of these guys that get too high, get too low. He's just an assassin on both ends of the floor. Mm-hmm. And you talk about how, I've heard people say that the Lakers need more perimeter players to give LeBron a break. Kawhi ain't sweating any of that. Kawhi just showing up like, I need to guard LeBron. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the clamps on, lock him down.
Exactly. And like I said, it's getting old. It's like, how much help does LeBron James need? How much help do you need? You have Anthony Davis with you, helping you out. He's a top 5 player in the league, if not maybe a top 2, top 3. So you have a guy coming off the bench, Kyle Kuzma, that's scoring more points than both of those guys. and he's played, 27 minutes. So I don't know what more does LeBron James need? Because Kawhi Leonard had no problem taking care of Anthony Davis and LeBron James and Dwight Howard and all those guys in game one, and he was by himself. And now we ask Paul George. So I don't understand, how much LeBron James needs. Look at Giannis, the Greek freak. He's taking care of business by himself. You don't hear him complaining about he needs any backup. Granted, they lost to the Philadelphia 76ers, yesterday or the day before, but they have Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. But like I said, Giannis is able to take care of business by himself. He doesn't need any help. Kawhi Leonard was able to take care of business by himself last year. Granted, the Golden State Warriors had Kevin Durant hurt and a couple other guys hurt. But still, they're taking care of business by himself. But it's like, how much help does LeBron James need? I mean, what more does he need? Like I said, Kawhi Leonard is taking care of business by himself. Giannis is taking care of business by himself. I know Paul George was with Kawhi Leonard. But like I said, I don't know how much help LeBron James needs. So let's continue.
All at the same time, taking it to a guy who's a Mount Rushmore type of cat. Now, Sinead talked about load management, and it brings me to this. LeBron James is about to turn, 35?
Yeah.
How many 35-year-old players get better? They only get worse.
Yeah, but if they get worse and everybody knows this, then stop saying that LeBron James is the best player in the world when he's winning and they're doing good. But when they start losing, he's just getting old. That's all. You can't flip-flop. You can't flip-flop because it's not fair to other guys. Now, let's look at what Kawhi Leonard did. I can't remember if I said this or not, but let's take a look at Kawhi Leonard's numbers. So Kawhi put up 35 points. He went 11 for 19, 5 for 7 for the three-point, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists. The guy just killed it. He was the leading scorer for the whole game. And also, obviously, the Clippers. So Paul George had 17 points, went 5 for 18, 1 for 6 from 3-point, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. I mean, those guys can take care of business, especially Kawhi Leonard can take care of business. I don't understand why it's a problem for LeBron James. And you guys flip-flopping back and forth, he's old and this, that. Well, what happened in game one? What happened when it was game one and he was firing pretty much on all cylinders? He had his whole crew with him. And Kawhi Leonard was pretty much by himself, and he was able to take care of business. As a matter of fact, I think they beat the Lakers by 10, the first time they played. And there was none of this load management. So there's really no excuse. But I will say this to end this video. So the Clippers did beat the Lakers, and they beat up on LeBron James. LeBron James had a terrible game, but that doesn't mean that the Lakers aren't still dangerous. They have one of the best records in the league for a reason. So just because the Clippers beat up on the Lakers doesn't mean the Lakers are trash, because the Lakers beat the teams that they're supposed to beat, and they're kind of losing to the teams that give them trouble. But that does not mean the Lakers are trash. And like I said, it's a long season. You don't know what could happen or who can get injured. So I want to put it out there that the Lakers, they may have lost to the Clippers, but that doesn't mean that they're trash. So let's continue.
Age only going to get worse.
Hold on now.
Okay,
Hold
Kawhi.
on.
Wait, no. Kawhi Leonard is sitting here at 28, and is the best player in the world. Combine that with Paul George, and company with the